Hey there, psychology fans. It is Dr. Wright, and today's random in psychology topic is going to be human sexuality. Before, random in psychology basically means that I have a random number generator, choose a page number of my general psychology textbook, and then I find that page number and figure out what's on that page. And so today we are going to be talking about human sexuality. So, human sexuality has a lot of definitions, and it's also a multidisciplinary field of study. So, not just psychologists are going to be studying it, but we're going to be integrating work from biology and um, from physiology and all sorts of fields. So, a couple of definitions from different places. According to Hill, all of the emotional, cognitive, behavioral, and physical experiences of humans related to their sexuality goes into the study of human sexuality. We can talk about it as the capacity for sexual feelings, and it's also seen as the way people experience and express themselves sexually including biological, psychological, physiological, erotic, emotional, social, and spiritually. According to Lucas and Fox in 2025, sex makes the world go round. It makes babies bond, children giggle, adolescents flirt, and adults have babies. It is addressed in the holy books of the world's greatest religions, and it infiltrates every part of society. It influences the way we dress, joke, and talk. In many ways, sex defines who we are. So let's talk about the different components. A cognitive component would relate to sexual thoughts, expectations, judgments, and plans, while an emotional component would relate to feelings, desires, and moods. Behavioral experiences would involve all of our overt sexual behaviors, actions, and activities relating to sexuality. And then that physiological component would relate to sexual sensations, physiological reactions to sexual stimuli, such as increased blood flow and heart rate. So, the research related to human sexuality is founded in the study of white heterosexual men. One thing that we know is that there are many sexuality scripts, what we're supposed to do, what we're not supposed to do, and these are normalized or pathologized in terms of our sexual behaviors. So, why is it important for us to learn about human sexuality? Having a deeper understanding of the structure and function of our genitals will help us give and receive more pleasure from sexual activity. Learning that communication is paramount in healthy sexual relationships will help you create and maintain satisfying relationships. Understanding that there is a world of diversity when it comes to sexuality will help you expand your sense of acceptance for those who differ from you. Educating yourself about sexually transmitted diseases and contraception can help keep you safe as you explore your sexuality, and a deeper understanding about sex and how to communicate effectively will help you educate the people in your life. So let's talk about the differences between sex and gender. There has been recently a lot of discussion about this, debate about this, and I think there's still a lot of folks who don't recognize the differences between the two. So, sex is one's biological status with respect to sexuality. So, for example, males have XY chromosomes, females have XX chromosomes, and these chromosomes determine the hormonal environment that is present during the prenatal period and influence the development of sexual characteristics. We can also find that some people are born intersex, persons who have a mix of chromosomes. So the lived experience of the social cultural consequences of being born with a body that does not fit with the normative social construction of male and female. That is how we can understand intersex. About 2% of the US population in 2024 identified as intersex. And in terms of chromosomes, they can have both XY and XX, or XXY, or XYY, or just one X. We can also see that sometimes babies who are born intersex have different formations of their genitals, which makes it, typically when babies are born, doctors will say it's a whatever based upon what they see in terms of the genitals. And with a baby who is intersex, we may not be able to tell simply by looking at the genitals. And there's actually multiple variations of intersex experiences. And then in terms of gender, we can talk about the social and cultural characteristics associated with one's sex. So remember, sex is biological, gender is the social and the lived experience of being that person. So our gender identity is a person's subjective experience of his or her gender. Um, and then gender role is the cultural expectations for males, females, and others based upon stereotypes. So, as I said, sex is going to be biological status and gender is going to be social and social cultural and obviously emotional. And we can experience um, stereotypes and discrimination in relation to both of those. So that has been your Random in Psychology longer video for today. I will see you tomorrow.